Hi folks, it's a beautiful spring day. We thought we'd give you a little bit of a walk around our garden and see what we're growing this season.
Yes, Marvin just interrupted a beautiful siesta to do this recording for you guys. So I hope you appreciate me doing this instead of dreaming.
Well, this is the dream, babies. We're living the dream.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
All right, so as we walk through, I'll give you a bit of a heads up as to what we got growing and how we're doing it, and what our intentions are for this growing season. Yeah.
And I will serenade you in the background. No?
Well, you can if you want.
Whatever works, babies.
All right, so starting over here, we have our rows of, well, we call them herbs in America.
We call them herbs.
Herbs, and so I'll give you a quick walkthrough. Actually, Jen, why don't you stay there and I'll just
gladly.
give the walkthrough. So we've got netting, bird netting over the top. It does a couple of things. Obviously keeps the birds away, but let me show you what we got growing down here. So here we've got a whole forest of, we call it rocket, I think you guys call it arugula, and we've got spring onion and a few other things that haven't quite set, so I'm going to have to replant those. But we just harvested a whole tray of rocket, and that's just enough green salads to last the better part of a couple of days. Over in this bank we have spinach leaf, so we've got a whole bunch of trays of spinach leaf. We've got parsley in the back, we've got coriander. There's meant to be basil in those two trays, but they didn't set this year, so I'm just re-germinating those and going to replant them a little bit later. And then over in this tray here, see that thing there? That's a rogue tomato plant that just grew, and that one there, they weren't planted, they just grew. So we've got more coriander, and we've got some lettuce stuff. We've got parsley, coriander, and dill. So that's what that's all about. And then over here, we've got a whole array of Roma tomatoes. So that's what these little guys are. And we put the bird netting down because the birds are quite voracious around here. So they've been potted, germinated, and we've just replanted them about a week ago. And now that the sun is hitting them for about 6 to 8 hours a day, they will go nuts. We like those. That's only one bank of these things.
It's exhausting to keep up on these little guys and that guy.
All right, let's continue the little walk around. What we have decided to do is get these little semi-rigid tubs, and I just drilled holes in the bottom of them, and so we're planting them all along a row that gets a little bit of sunlight in the afternoon. And so I've got whole banks of 8 of these. These are all Romas. Actually, no, these are cherry tomatoes. That's what those are. And I'll show you what we've got going on down here. These are another whole bank of Roma tomatoes. These ones have been planted fairly recently, so they'll all get the afternoon sun, and they all need to be trellised up a little bit later. We've got 2 banks, we've got a whole bank of these are cherry tomatoes, so we've got a whole bank of those going on, and what I call a bank is a bank of 8. So those cherry tomatoes are going nuts. They look like marijuana, but they're actually not. I guarantee you they are actually tomato plants. And these are a whole bank of Romas. So that's what those guys are all doing.
It's exhausting. It's a lot of work, and each one is a little, they have personalities and stuff, so you have to treat them with respect and love. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it is. Let me take you for a little walk around. You can stay there if you like. This is our backyard, and out the back here we've got a couple of raised beds that I've been working on, some of which have been planted out and some of which haven't. But there's a funny story about these guys. So these guys I didn't actually germinate or plant, they just sprang up, and so I had to rescue them. And the funny story about that is that I was about to do some weeding around here, and they said, no, pick me, pick me. So I rescued them. In this bank down here, actually I'll go down this way. In this bank down here, we've got another whole bank of Roma tomatoes. These two little fellas here were rescues. Here I've got another whole bank of Roma tomatoes. That's what they're all doing, and these ones were planted out probably about a week ago, so they're just doing their little thing. Here we've got a whole bank of cucumber. Now, 4 of my little cucumbers, so it looks bare in here. I did plant 3 cucumbers in here and they all died. So I need to replant those. I've got plenty left over, but we've got a few that are starting to take hold over there, and they've been planted about a week ago. They've got a little bit of growing to do. Yeah, so it's kind of what we got going on here. It's a bit of an effort. What else can I tell you? In our backyard, we've got lots of grass that always needs to get mowed. Down the back here is where I do all my composting. So when I mow the lawn, all the lawn clippings are going to go all over here. And we've got a whole bunch of compost material over there, which is what that's all about. So, yeah, and then along the side, we've got a few little dogs. Dogs are playing. Anyone that's been following our channel will know Maisie, Milton and Merle. So they're all just loving it in the sun at the moment. They've grown a lot. When we first got them, they were tiny. They were just little puppies. But now they're getting a little bit bigger. And they're quite vocal. So that's Maisie attacking Merle, and Milton is the little guy in the orange harness. He's really starting to feel his empowerment. Anyway guys, I thought that might be of interest to you. Hope you like it. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.